Hey everyone, welcome to the Collector's Nest. Collector Crow here. You might be thinking to yourself, something's different. I assure you that you are correct. I shaved. Well, now that that's out of the way, yenpress actually just announced some new licenses, both manga and light novels. So I thought it'd be fun to go over the news, just kind of scroll through their Twitter and see what their announcements actually are, and just go over the synopses, do some general thoughts, and move along. I've skimmed them already, and I don't think I was too familiar with any of them, but I haven't actually read fully the description. So let's get into it and see what new manga we're going to be getting in English. Alright, so 4 hours ago, yenpress started this, and today it's May 21st, so let's see what their first announcement was. The hero laughs while walking the path of vengeance a second time. Mouthful. That is a mouthful, but not as much as some. Kaito has been summoned into another world as a hero, but his party betrays and kills him. A new chance at life equals time for revenge. So, it's an isekai. Pardon me for not being super excited. I haven't heard of this one. I don't really keep up with isekai that much. So, if you're excited for this one, I'm happy for you. Really, but it's not something that I'm probably going to care about too much. It just looks like another fantasy power trip kind of thing. But it looks like at least the main girl, I'm assuming that's the main girl, she's not drawn like super over the top in terms of her figure. So that's at least a little bit refreshing. And hopefully that's actually true and not just me being completely off base here. Now, I don't think yenpress specified whether these are going to be digital only or print as well. So time will tell. I'm going to try to see if I can find that out once I'm done going over this, and I'll hopefully have that at the end of the video for you. And the second announcement is, this is a light novel, Magical Explorer. Reincarnated as a character in the, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. I'm a fake weeb. Eroge. Title Magical Explorer, our hero ends up as a side character instead of the protagonist. Not to worry though, he knows this game well. Winky face. Is the winky face actually going to be on the back of the book? Yeah. Again, I don't do light novels much. I've done a little bit with Durarara. I actually tried the Sword Art Online one, and I want to try the ReZero and Baccano. I have them, I just haven't quite yet actually taken the time to read them. And Raka, Brave of the Six Flowers. But those are the only light novels I think that I have really tried. So, again, I'm not excited for this myself. I think I heard someone say it's kind of like Redo Healer thing, the anime that came out recently, the kind of infamous one, but a little bit toned down. I think that was this one that someone was talking about. So, again, happy for you. If this is what you like, isekai, great. Hopefully we'll have some variety. Alright, manga. Let this grieving soul retire. Cry had made an... Is that his name? Cry had made an oath to become the strongest hero, but then realized that he has no talent. Still, the expectations of those around him keep rising. So I'm guessing just a kind of failed protagonist hero guy who can't do much, but he has to fake his way through saving the world, maybe? Which that's kind of a interesting concept if I'm reading this right. And so maybe I'll check this one out. It looks like maybe it's a fantasy without being an isekai. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a series where people are powerful. I don't know. I might check that one out. It sounds like it could have some potential. And that being said, I'm only checking them out if they're physical. I don't do digital. That's just me. But hopefully we'll get physical releases. Alright, next up we have a light novel, cross-dressing villainess Cecilia Sylvie. Cecilia Sylvie. I'll say that 5 times fast. Cecilia Sylvie, Cecilia Sylvie, Cecilia Sylvie, Cecilia Sylvie, Cecilia Sylvie. That wasn't too bad. Reincarnated as a villainess in an otome game, Cecilia realizes that she'll die no matter what route she takes. To avoid her fate, she cross-dresses and takes on a new identity. So by looking like a guy, she's going to not die? She still looks pretty feminine in the cover, if that's her. Cecilia Sylvie. It sounds like it could be fun. Again, isekai. Oh, I liked the original isekai concepts, but it's just so overdone now. I know 7 Seas is doing their announcements too, so I'm going to try to make a video on that, and I'm expecting more isekai. Alright, manga. Mikey Zakari? Mikey Zakari. There we go. I think that's closer. Basketball club manager Yuki has a secret. She's in love with the team captain. But when Naruse discovers her secret, she's in trouble. Who's Naruse? Just how long is he going to keep teasing her about it? Stupid pretty playboy. Is Naruse the team captain? I don't know. Sounds like romantic comedy, probably more shoujo focused, so I'm not against shoujo stuff in general, but this just sounds like it doesn't really have anything to offer me. So, again, cool announcement. I've never heard of this series, though. I haven't heard of any of these so far. I do try to keep up with like newer series coming out in Japan, but these are just so far removed from what I know. Another new manga. The girl I saved on the train turned out to be my childhood friend. A light novel. While on his way to school, Takamori Ryo saves his childhood friend Fushimi Hina from a harasser. Cool. Soon Hina finds herself smitten with the oblivious Ryo. Yeah, that doesn't give me much to go on. So she was saved and now she's in love with her savior. Just sounds like a romance. So nothing for me. I've been an Omega since today. A manga. Kanade pines after Munichika. There's just one problem. Kanade's a beta and Munichika's an alpha. But when Kanade goes into heat as an Omega, will Munichika be there to give him a helping hand? Oh my gosh. Definitely I am not the target audience for this. Am I supposed to know what alpha, beta, and omega all mean in this context? Or is it just specific to this? I don't know. It sounds like some kind of astrological thing. I mean, I know like you have people who are like alpha as in that they're dominant, but I'm not sure if that's what it's applying to in this case. Have fun if you check this out. I don't think I'll be checking it out, but I mean, it's always cool to see more. It sounds like boys love. I'm assuming it's boys love. So yaoi stuff. Yeah, have fun with that. Alright, the splendid work of a monster maid. Manga. Sumire, a Nekomata, has lost her beloved master. After wandering alone, she stumbles into a foreign demon world. Shocker. In order to get back that certain someone, Sumire's splendid work begins. Okay, she's a monster maid, and she's going to work to find her master. That's, again, not giving me much to go off of. But it doesn't sound bad. Like, I mean, it sounds like an isekai in a sense, but it's already kind of a fantasy series because she's already a Nekomata. So, this might have something that I will check out. I'll probably wait and see what, like, reviews come out, or probably look into more of, like, the art for it. But it doesn't sound terrible. Alright, new series, Magi. Forgive me, I know this is a big series. Is it Magi? Madoka Magica, Wraith Arc. All the witches in the universe may have disappeared, but in their place, emotion-eating wraiths prey on humanity. The magical girls fight to protect Mitakihara City once more. Quick side note, I think I watched the Madoka Magica movies. I know I watched at least 1 or 2 of them. I think there's 3, right? My friend and I watched them together because he loves Madoka Magica, and I thought it was okay. Like, it was fine. It wasn't really my thing. So, I don't know if this is a sequel. It sounds like it, but it's cool that more Madoka Magica, like, big franchise title stuff's getting brought over here. Because that's always cool. Now, if only someone would just license the Yu-Gi-Oh! Structures manga, I'd be happy. Alright, anything else? Okay, light novel. RustEater Bisco. So I've seen this before. I actually think I was looking at maybe the manga for it, but I know people have wanted this one, so it's really cool that this is getting brought over. I don't know much about it, so let's read. I just know I've seen it around. In the far future, a disaster known as the Rusty Wind has left civilization in tatters. After his teacher falls ill, Bisco begins a journey to obtain a mushroom called the RustEater, reputed to be a cure. All right. So dystopian kind of adventure action. That sounds all right. You know, it's a light novel, so I'm probably not going to check it out. But it's really cool that we're getting that, and I'm hoping maybe the manga won't be far behind if the light novel sells well. Because I think there's 2 volumes of the manga, or maybe it was like a part 1, part 2 manga, so there could be more than 2 volumes. And that's a wrap for this round of announcements, folks. All right, so yeah, like yenpress says, from monster maids to reluctant heroes, cross-dressing villainesses to post-apocalyptic journeys. There's a lot here, so it's a lot of isekai, a lot of fantasy, but it's still a decent variety. I mean, the Madoka Magica, there's a couple of romance titles, yaois even in there, so good batch of stuff. Again, I think I'd only heard of one of them, unless you just count Madoka Magica in a vacuum. Hopefully, maybe there's some other stuff that I personally have wanted to be licensed for a while that'll come out in the next batch or from another publisher. But again, congratulations to all of you who are looking forward to these titles to get licensed. I am happy always when more people get the manga that they're looking for. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these titles, if you think I should check one of these out when they do come out in November. Again, if they are in print, which I'm going to find that out right now. Alright, so I still couldn't really figure it out. That I can tell there's not a full press release yet. So, I mean, that I guess is their press release. So I was definitely more familiar with the stuff they brought over in April, but this is still cool. So hopefully we'll learn more about whether these are going to be physical and digital or just digital only in the near future. But again, let me know what you think below, and I'll see you next time.